Okay, so let's do a couple of extra quadratic equation practice. So first things first, I'm just going to go ahead and rewrite it. So I get x is equal to negative b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Okay, the first problem I want to go over is I want to do 3x squared plus 2x minus 1 equals 0. And don't forget when we're solving these, we're going to be labeling what a, b, and c are. When we do this, we have to memorize that this is really going to be in a normal form of ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. In this case, we get 3 is equal to a, or a is equal to 3, b is equal to 2, and because this one is a plus, this is a minus, we get c is equal to negative 1. So from here, now what we can do is we can go ahead and plug it back into the quadratic formula. So I'm going to get x is equal to negative, and again, b is 2, plus or minus square root. Again, we get 2 squared minus 4 times 3 times negative 1 all over 2 times a, which is 3. From here, it's just simplifying. So I get negative 2 plus or minus the square root. 2 squared is 4. And before I want to start multiplying, let's just double check for negatives, because we know that a negative times a negative is a positive. So I have a negative and I have a negative. So that means that this is going to be a plus, and 4 times 3 is 12. 12 times 1 is going to be just still 12. And that's going to be all over 2 times 3 is 6. From here, just keep on simplifying. So this is going to give me negative 2 plus or minus the square root of 4 plus 12 is 16 all over 6. We got lucky. 16 has a perfect square. While I rewrite this, I'm going to let you think of what it could be. So this is going to be 4, because 4 squared is 16. So from here, what I personally like doing is I like trying to simplify as much as possible. I know that 2 can go into all 3 of these. So I'm going to divide each number by 2. And that's going to leave me with negative 1 plus or minus 2 all over 3. And this plus and minus tells me that I'm going to have 2 answers. So I'm going to get x is equal to, the first I'm going to write is negative 1 plus 2 over 3. And I'm going to get x is equal to negative 1 minus 2 over 3. And then from here on, just doing the math. So negative 1 plus 2 is 1. So that's going to be 1 over 3. And negative 1 minus 2 is still negative 3, and that's still over 3. This can be simplified further, and this is still just negative 1. So my answers are x is equal to 1/3 and negative 1.